guys, programming time here. Today we're going to be learning about lists in Python. So basically, what is a list? So a list is a collection of items in a particular order. The items in your list don't have to be related in any particular way because your list usually contains more than one element. It's a good idea to make the name of your list plural, such as letters, digits, or names. So let me give you an example of a list. So I'll give you a list that's full of integers and then strings. Alright, so num equals, to start a list, you need to name a variable, and then after that you'll need to use square brackets. And then start writing your list. So to write a list, I'm going to be using integers or numbers, 5 comma space, and then you continue on just like that. 2 comma space, 18 comma space, and then you could also add negative numbers such as negative 56 comma space, and then for the last element of my list, it's gonna be 100, and that's it. For the last element, you don't have to add a comma. And then to print your list, it's the same thing as using variables. Print num, and then after that, after we run our code, this would happen. The list would be printed like this, the same way you wrote it. And there you go. And now let's make another list that contains colors, for instance. Colors equal square brackets, red, comma space. Oh, I forgot. When using strings in lists, you have to add quotes. And then orange, comma space, and then let's say yellow, comma space, and then brown, and then let's print our list. So print colors. And then after you print it, this would happen. It's going to be printing our numbers list and then our colors list. So yeah, and then there's this other method that you could use, and it's called the sorting method. So it's going to be colors, your variable, dot sort, and then parentheses. And then after we run that, it's gonna be sorting our colors alphabetically. So it's gonna sort them alphabetically. And then you could do the same thing with the integers or numbers. Num dot sort, and then it's gonna be sorting them from the least to the biggest number. So there you go. Negative 56 to 5, 18, 100. Alright, and that's it with a couple of examples. And actually you could also add integers and strings and floats in the same list, so that's possible as well. And then there's a couple of methods while using lists. So first of all, I'm going to be showing you guys the index positions. So in lists, when you want to print something, for instance, let's say print color is 0, and then it's going to be printing, let me just run our code, it's going to be printing brown, because after we sort our list, brown is going to be the first element. So let me just erase that and then rerun our code. So it's going to be printing red, because basically 0 is the first element, 1 is the second element, 2 is the third element, and 3 is the fourth element. So that's how you run with lists, and that's how the index positions work. So they start at 0, not 1. And then same thing with the list that contains integers. So also there's a couple of other methods, just like adding another element at a specific position. So let's say it's gonna be like this. Your list, or your variable colors, mine is colors, let's say 1, we'll need square brackets, 1, and then equals, so that you could add whatever you want afterwards, so that you could add it to your list, equals, let's say, purple. And then after you run it, wait a second. After we run our code, this would happen. So it's gonna be, so look right here, it's gonna be replacing the value that's in 1, and then with your new element or your new integer string, whatever. So 0 is red, 1 is orange, so it's going to be replacing orange with purple. Alright, and there's another method. There's this append method. So it's usually when you use the append method, so this is how you use it. Colors dot append, and then you add your new element. So let's say we want let's add an integer, so let's add 1. So it's gonna be added at the end. So let's run our code. See, it added it at the end. When you use the append method, it's gonna add your new element at the end. And there's this delete method as well. So let's say, I'm sorry. So let's delete that. There's this delete method that you could also use. So let's say we don't really want brown in our lists, so you just write del, and then your variable or your list's name, colors, and I don't really want brown, and brown is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. Brown is going to be 3, and then that's it. And then after we run our code, this would happen. It's going to be deleting brown from your list. And then there's this insert method as well, so that you could insert new elements. So let's say colors dot insert at, wait a second, insert at position number, let's say 0, then comma, and then what item or element you want to add. Let's say we want to add purple. And then after we run it, this would happen. So it added purple at number 0, purple without removing or replacing any element in your list. And basically that's it with lists. I know that there's much more methods than just the method that I explained, but you could search about them and look at them afterwards. And at the end of this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and especially subscribe. Bye!